You won't believe what just broke the internet in Kenya. After years of insults,
doesn't make sense kuambiwa ati namtumia mtoto wangu to gain
accusations and public humiliation, Mulamwah and Carrol Sonie are suddenly back together in the same frame with their daughter, the man who once questioned paternity.
That's why I had to say, this is not my kid, so that you don't judge me.
The woman who accused him of abuse.
You deny your child publicly, and then privately, you come to me.
Now smiling like nothing ever happened. And was this reconciliation or something much deeper? Because those viral photos are hiding a truth that nobody is talking about.
I told you something. I think I will engage you the moment nikishaona at least kidogo umemature kidogo.
But that is not all. Wait until you hear what really forced this shocking reunion.
Niliona simu and I was like, ni mtu nilisave vibaya ama nini?
And the one detail that has fans asking, is this healing or the calm before another explosive storm?
And we had an agreement with Carrol Sonie. I told her I can lose everything mpaka zero, but the last breath itakuwa ni yako. That she knows.
What does this mention?
Don't worry.
Stay with me because what you're about to discover changes everything we thought we knew. This is a story that went from love to absolute distraction.
We can provide facts. We have facts. Yes, we do.
To something nobody saw coming. The photos that surfaced just hours ago have left thousands of fans in complete disbelief, questioning everything they thought they knew about this couple's bitter woe.
Jesus Christ, I go through hell. I go through hell, man. I go through hell.
But before we dive into the jaw-dropping reunion, you need to understand the full disturbing history between these two people, and trust me, what happened between them was nothing short of explosive, and what is happening right now, it changes everything. Let's rewind to where all of this began. Mulamwah, the nurse who turned comedian, was rapidly rising in popularity with his hilarious skits and relatable content. His videos were racking up millions of views and brand partnerships were flooding in. Meanwhile, Carrol Sonie was carving her own path as a talented actress and a content creator with over 140,000 subscribers on YouTube and nearly 200,000 followers on Instagram. She wasn't just riding on her boyfriend's fame, she was building her own empire. Together, they were unstoppable. They collaborated on content, they appeared in each other's posts, and they were planning a future.
I don't do that.
Don't just lie.
And then, in September of 2021, they welcomed their precious daughter, Keilah Oyando. The announcement sent their fans into a frenzy of celebration. A beautiful baby girl for Kenya's favorite couple. What could possibly go wrong?
Akikuwa girl unanipea 100k, akikuwa boy nakupea.
Mimi kulingana na scan ilinionyesha ni boy. So wewe chenye ulikuwa umepanga na dog.
But that is when the fairy tale started crumbling, and what followed was nothing short of devastating.
Cause hey.
Just 2 months after welcoming their daughter on December 6th, 2021, Carrol Sonnie dropped a bombshell that nobody saw coming. She took to social media and announced that she and Mulamwah were no longer together.
Tulipart ways with good with goodwill, like tulisema tu tuachane in a good way. So since both of us tume move on, then whatever I do shouldn't be business ya mtu yeyote. Mimi chenye anafanya, don't question whatever he does.
The post sent shockwaves through their fan base. How could this be happening? They had just become parents. Their daughter was barely 2 months old. In her statement, Carrol Sonie tried to keep things diplomatic. She thanked Mulamwah for the years they spent together, said that she treasured the memories, and indicated that they had decided to part ways amicably. She wished him well in his future endeavors. It seemed like a mature, peaceful separation, but fans were not buying it. Something felt off. Why would a couple who seemed so in love, who had just welcomed a child, suddenly called it quits? Hours later, Mulamwa confirmed the split. With his own statement, he acknowledged that he had actually decided to separate long before going public, but had chosen to wait until after their daughter was born to make the announcement. He emphasized that they would co-parent Keilah together despite the breakup. He pleaded with their fans to respect their decision and stop judging them for their failed relationship. On the surface, it looked like they were handling things maturely, but beneath the calm exterior, a storm was brewing, and when that storm finally broke, it was very catastrophic. The real drama began weeks later when the truth started spilling out.
I'm sorry to say the way you're behaving. I feel sorry for Keilah to have you as a dad. I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Keilah to have you as a dad.
First, there were rumors that there were hints dropped on social media, and then the floodgates opened completely. Mulamwa went on a public rampage, revealing details about their relationship that left fans absolutely stunned in a lengthy social media question and answer session. He made allegations that destroyed Carrol Sonie's reputation overnight. He claimed that she had been cheating on him, not just casually, but for over a year. And according to Mulamwa, Carrol Sonnie had been secretly seeing another man who lived in Gitaru around the Kikuyu area. But it got worse. Mulamwa alleged that during the COVID-19 lockdown, when he was so stressed that he literally burned his shirt, Carrol Sonnie wasn't even with him. She was living at this other man's house. He claimed that was when they first broke up, though they tried to reconcile afterwards. And then came the most devastating accusation of all. Mulamwa publicly questioned whether Keilah, the beautiful baby girl they had welcomed together, was actually his biological daughter.
Mpaka saizi mnaelewa kwa nini nilisema hivyo. I had to stay alive on my end. Sawa? That's why I had to say this is not my kid, so that you don't judge me according to that, because pressure was building up. Mingi sana, pressure mbaya.
And can you imagine the pain, the humiliation, the confusion? He was essentially telling the world that he doubted his own child's paternity. The internet exploded, fans were divided. Some sided with Mulamwa, saying no man should have to question his child's paternity. Others were furious at him for making such allegations publicly. But Carrol Sonnie wasn't going to let these accusations go unanswered. She came out swinging with her own disturbing revelations that painted Mulamwa in an entirely different, much darker light.
Pigwa na pigwa, kila siku ni kupigwa. No one knows about this. No one wanasikia hizi for the first time. Hata my parents watakuja kusikia hapo for the first time. No one knew when ulikuwa unanipiga because I was quiet. And now this is the time. You chose this and we have to do it right.
Carrol alleged that Mulamwa had been physically abusive during their relationship. She claimed that she had hit her on multiple occasions. She described a toxic relationship filled with violence, control, and manipulation. According to her, the man everyone saw as the funny, lovable comedian was actually a completely different person behind closed doors.
Saizi niko fiti, saizi tu at least tumepata nguvu kidogo we.
She also accused Mulamwa of being a deadbeat father, claiming that he wasn't taking care of their daughter financially or emotionally. She said that he had abandoned his responsibilities and left her to raise Keilah alone. These allegations kept coming, each one more damaging than the last one. Carrol Sonnie insisted that Mulamwa needed to apologize, not just to her but to their daughter, to her family, and to his fans for misleading everyone about who really he was. She demanded that he tell the truth for once instead of creating false narrative to protect his public image. The war between them raged on social media for months. Every few weeks, one of them would post something and others would respond with even more explosive revelations. Their fans watched in horror as this once beloved couple tore each other apart publicly. It was painful to witness, it was messy, it was ugly, and it seemed like there was absolutely no way they could ever reconcile or even co-parent peacefully. But then, something started shifting in August 2024. Something happened that gave fans the first hint that maybe, just maybe, Mulamwa and Carrol Sonnie could find a way of co-parenting peacefully. Mulamwa posted videos and photos from a visit to Carrol's house. He was spending time with Keilah, the little girl who was now 3 years old. She was finally getting to bond with her father, and in the videos, Mulamwa was teaching Keilah words, showing her toys he had bought for her, and clearly cherishing every moment with her daughter. Fans were overjoyed. Finally, these two were putting their differences aside for their child, and finally, Keilah was getting the chance to know her father. The comments were overwhelmingly positive, with people congratulating both parents for prioritizing their daughter's well-being over their personal issues. But there was still tension beneath their surface. In one video that went viral, Keilah referred to Mulamwa as the bubblegum man because he had brought her bubblegum. She didn't really know that Mulamwa was her father, and the video was cute on the surface, but it revealed something heartbreaking. This little girl barely recognized her own dad. But then, just recently, something happened that nobody expected, something that changed the entire narrative, something that has left the internet in absolute shock. Just hours ago, photos and videos surfaced that have broken the internet. Mulamwa posted images and clips from a day he spent with Carrol Sonie and their daughter Keilah. But these were not just polite, distant co-parenting photos. These were images of a family spending quality time together. In the videos, you can see all the three of them together, Mulamwa, Carrol Sonie and little Keilah, just enjoying each other's company. In one particularly telling moment, Carrol Sonnie is seen playfully hitting Mulamwa with a straw while laughing. There is genuine joy in that moment, there is comfort and there is familiarity. Another clip shows the two parents huddled close together with their daughter, painting a picture of what looks like a healthy, happy family unit. And this isn't awkward or forced, this looks natural and this looks real. Mulamwa captioned the post with words that reveal so much. He wrote, "Had an amazing day. God is great. We are grateful for how far we have come. Thank you Mama Kei for the time and the great interview too." The caption is significant for several reasons. First, he is expressing gratitude to Carrol Sonnie directly, calling her Mama Kei, a term of endearment that acknowledges her role as Keilah's mother. Second, he's thanking God for how far they have come, suggesting that this reunion is as a result of a rare journey of healing and growth. Third, he mentions an interview, indicating they were also creating content together. And here is where it gets even more interesting. Mulamwa teased his fans, telling them that if they left over 2,000 comments on the post, Carrol would post her own video of their day together. He was actually coordinating with her on content strategy. They were working together as a team. So now here is where we are. Mulamwa and Carrol Sonie, two people who once accused each other of the most devastating things imaginable, who seemed to hate each other with passion, who couldn't even be mentioned in the same sentence without sparking controversy, are now creating content together and co-parenting their daughter in what appears to be a healthy, positive way. The photos and videos that surfaced recently show a level of comfort and joy between them that nobody thought was possible. They are not just tolerating each other for their daughter's sake, they seem to genuinely be enjoying spending time together as a family unit. Whether this lasts, whether this is genuine, and whether these are hidden potentials between the surface, we do not know yet. What we do know is that this is a shocking development in one of Kenya's most dramatic celebrity sagas, and fans are watching closely to see what happens next. For Keilah's sake, and for the sake of the beautiful 3-year-old girl who deserved to have both of her parents active and positive in her life, let's hope that this is the beginning of real healing. So what do you think? Is this reunion genuine or just for show? Can Mulamwa and Carrol Sonnie really maintain a healthy co-parenting relationship after everything that they have been through? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because this story is far from over and you won't want to miss what happens next. Until next time, this has been the shocking, dramatic, completely unexpected story of Mulamwa and Carrol Sonnie's reunion. Let's catch up on my next celebrity drama files.